We may have a shed. Hey guys, good morning. It is Sunday the 14th of January. Do you want me to carry it?
My hands. What I mean in my hands.
Sunday the 14th of January, and we've had some exciting news. Just up from our house. Sorry if you can't hear me, the child's got inability to stop talking today. Anyway, just up from our house, we finally have an allotment, so I can walk here. This is one side of the allotments. This is the unsecure side. They're lovely in the summer, very, very nice. And our one is over there. Over there. We've got the secure side, and it's got water. It's only a half plot, but that's okay. This is going to be my plot because I work at home and I get a bit of cabin fever, so I can pop down here whenever I like. And Rue's school is just over there. So let's go and see our new allotment. Sorry, let's go and see our new allotment. So here we go, guys. This is my new plot. From this board here down to the path and over. It was neglected for a few years. Then oh, Baba! A lady had it for half a season and she's moved down. There's still her broccoli over there. But that's okay. I was really lucky because I met her when we came. She's the only one here today, and she's told me all the information, and most importantly, no restriction on greenhouse sizes. There's very, very little clubroot, no bindweed, and no allium fly. High five. Or head five, whatever. But I'm really pleased. This is going to be great for me for coming over from the house, pottering around and growing some stuff. So, yay! Really excited. So, and the soil looks okay. She's dug some stuff into it. She said it's good soil. So it was neglected for a while, only used for half a season. She dug it, prepared it all, and then she moved. So there's no real crop rotation to worry about or anything. It's just a clean slate. I'm not going to touch from the netting down. She's got some strawberries behind there. Rowan, I'm trying to make a video, baby. Yeah, so she's got stuff down there. I'm not going to touch it. I've said to her, just, you know, until she gets them out in like March or something like that, that's still hers, because I'm not going to get everything planted up before then, am I? There's no point. It pays to do to keep everyone happy. So we're going to have a wander around now and look at everyone else's plots and see how it goes. But I'm really excited. Woohoo! So that altogether, how many plots is that? It makes a double plot, doesn't it? 10. It's like chicken maths, but for plots. So we've got a full plot, which is dig. We've got a half plot of no dig, and then we've got this, what they call a half plot, but I suppose it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's about the same width of ours, but half the length. So, yeah, half plot by our house. Woohoo! I'm going to have a look around, and then when I get home, I might show you the potatoes and that I've got, and then I've got a lot of planning to do. So, Rue, say bye-bye. Bye! Right, I've just got back from our new plot, and I just wanted to talk to you briefly about potatoes. I'm sitting on my sofa, Rue's hiding behind the curtain on the windowsill. So anyway, I've got my sweet potatoes ready, or most of them, and what you get the choice to do is you can chit your potatoes or not. Now, chitting means that you basically put them somewhere cold, but not, it must be frost free and light, and then the little eyes will start to grow, and it just gives them a little head start when they're put in the ground. Some people choose not to chit, and to be honest, I don't think it makes that much of a difference, but I will show you why I chit in a moment. So, there's 4 different types of potatoes, mainly. There are your first early potatoes, which you can harvest from June, July. Then you have your second early potatoes, which I don't have any of, which you harvest shortly after that. These ones, the first earlies, second earlies, tend to be more of your boiled potatoes, your salad potatoes. And then you have your early main crop, which are these ones I have here, and these are called Vizelli. I've never grown them before. They were free from a supplier when I brought my main crops. The first early I grow are Aran Pilex. They have the greatest yield and they taste fantastic and they store really well. So first earlies, then second earlies. So they're your salad type of potatoes and they harvest from around, say, June onwards. The ones that if you want roast potatoes, jacket potatoes and chips and mash and that's what you need is a main crop. And you can have an early main crop like the Vizelli, or you can have a main crop which you can leave in the ground until you need to harvest really. But generally you can take them out about September. I have here King Edward, which are the best ones in my opinion for roast potatoes, and that's all I'll be growing of King Edward, because I'm literally just growing them for roast. But my favourite potato are these, and I have quite a lot of these, 4 bags. I still don't know if that's enough. These are Valor, and now these are drought resistant, so they're scab free, they're blight resistant, they're eelworm resistant, they're really lovely and flowery, they've got a lovely flavour, they make amazing roast potatoes and chips and everything. They're just, to me, they're the perfect potato. They're quite unheard of, but if you are looking for a potato that is blight resistant and doesn't get loads of scab if you have a dry summer like we did last year, this is the one for you and I would highly recommend it. So I'm going to open one of the bags with my one hand because I've still got a broken wrist, and then I'm going to show you what I do to chip my potatoes. Back in a minute. Right, so I've opened my potato bag, and when you get a potato and it starts to grow, you will notice that it gets these little eyes on it, and that's what you might get if you have potatoes in the cupboard, because the potatoes have probably been in storage for about a year, and then when you get them they start to grow. But that doesn't mean they're bad, it just push the eye off and still use them. Now these eyes here are what will grow the plant. So they will grow up and grow a plant, and then all the new potatoes will come off that. Ideally on a potato you probably only want, say on this side I only want 2 eyes on there. So if the potato goes upwards I would probably rub off this little one at the top and then the ones at the side, but you don't need to worry about doing that for a while. So that leaves 2 good sets of eyes here. In terms of chitting, some people do it, some don't, but I like to. And you've got 2, well, there's an easy way of doing it. You can literally stand your potatoes, end up in an egg box. So you just grab them and stand them up, like so. Or another way, if you've got more of them, which I do my Valor to be honest, is stand them in, say, a seed tray, like so. Oh, that's a big one. And fill that up. Always label your seed potatoes. I put the label on the bottom underneath the seed potatoes because last year a label flew off and I had no idea what it was. Figured it out in the end, but you know. So that's what you do with those. And what you need to do is put them somewhere cool, but make sure it's frost free and light, because they need the light. If you don't have light, then they will start going a bit crazy. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Now, these are some seed potatoes I kept from last year. Now, a lot of people don't like to grow potatoes from last year's potatoes because they think it encourages disease and all that, but I thought I'm going to put them in a pot, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I put these in my studio and I put them in an egg box and I closed the box and it got dark, and they started trying to reach for the light and started looking a bit like an alien, didn't they? Alien potatoes. So I've got a bunch of these, but if you do get that, don't worry. I just break, she says, break that eye off, and you can see there's another one growing next to it. and there's another one. There's another one forming there. So I'll just chit that as it is now, because that makes it just completely useless. Put that in the ground, it's just going to crush this, and you don't want that. So what you need is good firm potatoes without the long stems on, in frost-free conditions, in light so they don't go crazy. And if you do plant them, you need to plant them when the frost is past, or give them some protection, because they are very tender to frost. Have I missed anything out, Roo? Have I missed anything? Probably. Don't know. Our task now is to decide which ones we're growing at the big plot, which ones we're going to have an experiment with no dig with, and which ones...
You only done 3.
I've got more over there, yeah. Yeah, there's more alien potatoes. I've actually got some more in the studio, but I can't get to them, and they're really long. I don't even know if they're worth salvaging. But I've got to decide which ones are going on which plot, and then I'm going to sit down in a bit with a can of beer, and I'm going to draw up some plans for plot 2. Super excited. It's going to be good, isn't it, Roo? Roo? Yeah. Children and their technology. Anyway, and then we're going to watch a movie, aren't we? Which movie are we going to watch?
I don't know.
What's it about? What's it about?
It's about a little monster, what is like the Loch Ness monster, who everybody thinks and it's real, but some people think it's not real, but it's just. And then there's a movie about one.
That's it. It's called The Water Horse. It's a brilliant movie. So I'm going to go make some plans. Sorry for not updating for ages. I will do an update to explain why soon. But thank you for all of your subscriptions. We're over 400, which is fantastic, so I haven't done an update in ages. Like and comment on the videos. I'll try and get back to you all. And there's lots coming this year. You cheeky monkey. Most of them will feature this terror. But we have 3 plots now. No dig, a normal big size plot, and our new half plot, which is mine. So there'll be lots of variety in our videos this year. Okay? So speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.